Good morning everyone, welcome back to our phonics lessons. So today is Tuesday. Sorry there wasn't a lesson yesterday, but I hope you're ready for today's lesson. So make sure you've got your pencil and some paper and let's get started. So to start off our lesson, we're going to recap over some set 1 speed sounds. So can you remember how we read our speed sounds? Do we read them slow or do we read them fast? That's right, we read them fast, but to start with, I'm going to say them first and then it will be your turn. So it will be my turn, your turn. So make sure you're paying attention. Are you ready? My turn, your turn. My turn, your turn. Well done. My turn, your turn. 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 Fantastic, well done. My turn, your turn. My turn, your turn. Well done. My turn, your turn. My turn, your turn. Right, I'm going to get faster now. My turn, your turn. 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 Can you remember if this is curling or kicking? Well done, it's curling. My turn, your turn. So now we have kicking. My turn, your turn. My turn, your turn. My turn, your turn. My turn, your turn. Right, now we're going to get even faster. Are you ready? My turn, your turn. 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 Fantastic, keep up. My turn, your turn. 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 Fantastic. My turn, your turn. 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 We're nearly there. My turn, your turn. My turn, your turn. Fantastic. Right, and we're nearly there. My turn, your turn. My turn, your turn. My turn, your turn. My turn, your turn. Oh, nearly got that one wrong. My turn, your turn. My turn, your turn. My turn, your turn. And the last one. My turn, your turn. My turn, your turn. Well done. Give yourself a clap. Well done. Fantastic. Say, I am fantastic. Give yourself a pat on the back. And let's get on to the next ones. So well done on remembering your set 1 speed sounds. So now we're going to recap over our set 2 speed sounds. So every lesson we're going to recap over these sounds so we are able to remember them for our reading and writing. So first of all it's going to be my turn and then it's going to be your turn, and you can also do the actions for the set 2 speed sounds as we go along. So are you ready? Let's get started. My turn A, your turn. My turn. A, your turn. A, may I play? Your turn. Well done. Right, the next sound. My turn. E, your turn. My turn. E, your turn. E, what can you see? Your turn. Amazing, well done. Next one. My turn. I, your turn. My turn. I, your turn. I, fly high. Your turn. Oh my goodness, you're doing so well. Well done. The next one. My turn. O, your turn. My turn. O, your turn. O, blow the snow. Your turn. Well done, you're doing so well. Right, the next sound. My turn. Oo, your turn. My turn. Oo, your turn. Oo, poo at the zoo. Your turn. Fantastic, well done. Next sound. My turn. Your turn. My turn. Your turn. Look at a book. Your turn. Well done. Keep going. Right, the next one. My turn. Your turn. My turn. Your turn. Start the car. Your turn. Well done. Keep going. My turn. Your turn. My turn. Your turn. Shut the door. Let me hear you. Fantastic. My turn. Your turn. My turn. Your turn. That's not fair. Let me hear you. Let me see if you can shout it. That's not fair. Well done. Right, the next one. My turn. Your turn. My turn. Your turn. Whirl and twirl. Whirl and twirl. Your turn. Well done. My turn. Ow. Your turn. My turn. Ow. Your turn. My turn. Ow. Shout it out. Your turn. Well done. And the last one. My turn. Oi. Your turn. My turn. Oi. Your turn. Oi. Toy for a boy. Your turn. Fantastic. That was very good recapping. So make sure you say them as quickly as you can next time. And now we're going to move on to some writing. Right, so now that we know that our set 2 sound today is my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn, look at a book, your turn. Well done. Now we're going to practice writing the sound So first of all, I want you to try and write the sound on some paper as many times as you can. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to write it as fast as you can, but remember using your finger spaces in between the sound. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, quickly, 5, 4, quick, 3, 2, 1, 0. Right, pencils down. So now that we've written on some paper, I want you to use your magic finger and I want you to write in the air. Write it as many times as you can. Write it quickly. Maybe write it on your hand. Write it on your hand. Maybe write it on the person next to you's back. And now write it on the table. Fantastic. Give yourself a clap. Well done. And let's move on to the next slide. So well done on writing your sound. So now I want you to think of some words that might have the sound in them. So remember, think of some green words that might have the sound in them. Use your thread fingers as you're saying the words to see if they're right. And then on the next slide, we're going to write some of those words. So hopefully you thought of some words with the sound in them. I thought of some too. So I'm going to say them and you're going to use your thread fingers to sound out the word. So the first word is cook. Cook. Your turn. Fantastic, well done. So we're going to write the word cook before we move on to the next word. So what sound comes first in cook? So this would be a curling k. So we've got our first sound, k. So what comes next in the word cook? K. Well done. So remember, these are two letters making one sound. So we need to underline them. Fantastic. So we've got k. What comes at the end of cook? K, cook. Is it a kicking k or a curling k? Well done, it's a kicking k. Fantastic. And we add our sound button. So now I want you to read the word cook. K, cook. Again by yourself. Fantastic. Now I want you to try and write the word cook by yourself. Remember, if you get stuck, use your thread fingers to help you with your spelling. Fantastic. So now on to my next word, which is took. Took. Your turn. Fantastic. So we've got our word took. So what sound comes at the start of took? Took. So well done. It is a t. So we write our t, and then we do our sound button underneath. So we've got t. What comes next? T. Well done. So let me write my sound. So we've got t, k. Fantastic. And another kicking k, sorry. So now I want you to read it. T, k, took. Fantastic. Now read it by yourself. And now I want you to write it by yourself. Write it as quickly as you can before we move on to our next word. So now I have got foot. Foot. Your turn. Foot. So now I need you to help me. What sound comes first? Say it quickly. Fantastic. So well done. Forgot my sound buttons. Well done. Now you're going to read it. Foot. Your turn. Well done. Now we're going to read it together using our thread fingers. Foot. Well done. Now I want you to write this by yourself before we use some of these words in our sentences. Now we're going to do a little bit more thread talking. So remember, you need to use your thread fingers, and I'm going to say a word for you and you need to sound it out using your thread fingers. So the first word we are going to thread talk is shook. So say it to yourself, shook. Your turn. My turn, shook. Your turn. So now we're going to thread talk shook. So we've got sh, k, shook. Your turn. Well done, let's do it together. Sh, k, shook. Well done. So the next word is took. T, k, took. My turn, took. Your turn. My turn, took. Your turn. So let's thread talk took. T, k, took. Your turn. Well done. The next word with in it is look. 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 Your turn. My turn, look. Your turn. My turn, look. Your turn. Look. Look, your turn. Fantastic. So now we're going to write some sentences. So before we move on to our writing, we're going to go through our red words. So red words cannot be sounded out. So we need to know them off by sight. So the first word that we are going to use in our writing is my. How do we spell the word my? It's not and y because we cannot sound it out. So that means it is M and Y. So M and Y spell my. So now it's your turn to write the word my. I'm going to rub it out so you can't copy it. Remember, say it to yourself, M and Y spells my. Write it as many times as you can before we move on to the next red word. Got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Right. So now we've written the word my. Our next red word is she. So she. How do we spell the word she? If you know how to spell it, write it down quickly. But I'm going to spell it on my board. So she is S-H-E spells she. S-H-E spells she. Now it is your turn to write it as many times as you can. Remember, when you're writing your words, make sure there's a finger space after your first word. So we've written the word my and she. So the next word is the. Everyone should know how to write the word the. T-H-E spells the. And sometimes if we're using the at the beginning of our sentence, we have a capital T. So I'll write it twice. So T-H-E spells the. Now I want you to write it. I'm going to cover it. And now I want you to write it by yourself. T-H-E spells the. Remember, you can write it with a capital T if it's at the start of your sentence, but if it's in the middle, it needs a little t. Okay, and the last word is have. Have. So the first letter in have is a H. So H, A, V, E, have. H-A-V-E, have. Say it as many times as you can and write it as you're saying it. So I'm going to leave it up here for you to have a look at. So it's H-A-V-E, have. So these are the words that we're going to have in our sentences next. So we've got the, we've got have, we've got my, and then we are going to have she. So remember those red words for our sentences. Sorry, my handwriting's not the best. So remember H-A-V-E, have, T-H-E spells the, M and Y spells my, and S-H-E spells she. So now we're going to use some of our red words and our green words with the sound in them to write a sentence. So the first sentence that I have come up with is, my book is big. So, my book is big. How many words are in this sentence? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4 words in this sentence. So, my book is big. So the first word we need to write is my. So how do we write the word my? So we've just written it as a red word. So I've just told you it's a red word, so we cannot sound it out. So how do we spell the word my? Can you tell me? Fantastic. So it's M and Y spells my. And because this is the start of my sentence, I've used a capital M. So remember, at the start of your sentence, you need a capital letter. So let's go back to my sentence. My book is big. So we've done my. So what word comes after my? My book is big. My book. Fantastic. So book has the sound in it. So we need to remember to thread talk out our words before we write it. So, book, book. So, after my, I need to use a finger space. So I'm going to put my finger here and I'm going to write the word book. So I'm going to sound it out as I write it. B, k, book. And I'm going to add my sound buttons underneath. So we're going to read it together. My book, book, my book. So, my book is big. So we've got the first word and the second word. What comes next? My book is big. So what word came here? My book is. Well done. And what do I need to have after the word book? Well done, we need a finger space. I'm going to put my finger space here. My book is. Is. Fantastic. So let me read it to you and then you're going to read it. My book is. So now you read it. My. Fantastic. My book is. So now we've got my book is. What comes next? My book is. Can you remember what word comes next? Big. Well done. So as I've got no more space here, I'm going to go underneath. So now we need to thread talk the word big. B-I-G. Big. Can you do it for me? Fantastic. Let's do it together. B-I-G. Big. So now I know how to write it. B-I-G. Big. B-I-G. And now that I've come to the end of my sentence, I need a full stop. Fantastic. So now we're going to read it together. My book is big. Now you read it by yourself. So now I want you to try and write this by yourself and I'm going to rub it off. So the first sentence for you to write is my book is big. Remember your finger spaces and a capital letter at the start, and at the end of your sentence you need a full stop. So now we're going to go on to our second sentence. So my second sentence is the tree shook. So let's count how many words are in that sentence. The tree shook. How many are there? There are 3 words. So the first word in my sentence was the. And is the a red word or a green word? It's a red word, and because it is at the start of my sentence, it needs to have a capital letter. So, the. How do we spell the word the? T-H-E. T-H-E spells the. So we've got our first word, so the tree shook. So we've got the, what comes next? The tree shook. So the next word is the tree. Well done. So we're going to sound out the word tree, and it's not the sound ch, so it's t-r-e, tree. So t-r-e, tree. Fantastic. Right, so let's read our sentence so far. The tree shook. Say the sentence for me. The tree shook. So what comes after tree? The tree shook. Well done. So now we're going to thread talk the word shook. So thread fingers out. Sh, k, shook. Let's go again. Sh, k, shook. So now we've thread talked the word shook. We need to write it down. So what sound comes first? Is it k or sh? So shook. Sh, k, shook. So the first sound is sh. We've got sh, and then k. Well done. So let's read it. Sh, k, shook. And now it's at the end of my sentence, so I need a full stop. So let's read my sentence together. The tree, sh, shook. The tree shook. Now I want you to read it. Now let's read it together. The tree shook. Fantastic. So now I want you to write this sentence by yourself. So, the tree shook. Remember your capital letters, finger spaces and full stops, and thread talk out your green words. So now we've written sentences together, I'm going to give you some sentence starters, and I'm going to give you some words with the sound in them, and you're going to use the sentence starters to make a sentence by yourself. So my first sentence starter for you to use is I have a. So the first word you're going to use is I. Remember, I is a capital I. So this is your first sentence starter. So I have. Can you remember how to spell the word have? H-A-V-E, have. Well done. I have a. So that is your first sentence starter, and here you're going to write a word and then put a full stop. So I'm going to give you a word to use to fill in the blanks. So that's the first sentence starter. The next sentence starter is my. So we should all remember how to spell my. M and Y spells my. I'm going to give you a word that you can write here. And next is going to be she can. So how do we spell the word she? S-H-E spells she. Well done. And remember, at the start of your sentence there should always be a capital letter. So she can. Let's thread talk can. Can. Well done. And remember, your finger spaces should always be after your word. So she can, and then I'm going to give you a word. So these are your sentence starters. So now I'm going to give you some words that you can use to write in your sentences. So let me pull you down a bit. So you've got I have a, my, and she can. So the words that you will be able to use are book, the next word you'll be able to use is cooks, and then the last word that you can use is foot. Foot. So let's read these words again so you know which words that you can use for these sentences. Book, cooks, foot. Right, so now we're going to thread talk these with our fingers. So we've got book, cooks, and foot. So these words you can use in your sentence starters. So I'm going to leave your sentence starters here, and you can use your green words at the bottom to add to your sentences. So I have a, and you put a word in, my, and you add a word, and she can, and you write another green word there. And when you have written these sentences, take a picture and upload it onto Class Dojo or onto Tapestry.